If you choose the wrong wireless dog fence, you might not find out about it until the moment your dog actually escapes, and by then, it's already far too late. Now, that's the problem with Halo Collar 5, SpotOn Nova, and PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0. On paper, they all look like they do the same job, but in real life, only one of them may actually fit your dog's behavior, your property, and of course, your level of control. So before you make a decision, you need to see how each one performs when it really matters the most. Now, before comparing features, the real question is pretty obvious. What problem are you actually trying to solve? Now, many owners regret their wireless dog fence choice because they focus only on the price or the longest feature list. But in real life, the important questions are a bit different. Now, how fast does it respond whenever your dog runs? How easy is the fence to create? And will it fit your yard, your travel plans, trees, farms, or multiple dogs? And just as important, will you actually use the smart features every single day? Now, that's where the Halo Collar 5, the SpotOn Nova, and the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 begin to separate because they are all GPS dog fences, but they're built for very different types of owners. Now, what does that mean, different types of owners? Well, the first type is the all around safety owner, the person who just wants one smart collar that can basically handle the fencing and the tracking and the training, the activity monitoring, the travel, and daily safety without feeling too specialized one way or the other, and that's where Halo Collar 5 fits best. Now, the second type is the control-focused owner. This is the person who may have a farm, wooded land, a large property, an escape-prone dog, or multiple areas where the dog should just not go, and that is where the SpotOn Nova makes the most sense. Now, the third type of owner is the budget-conscious tracking owner. Now, this is the person who still wants that real-time tracking feature, the wireless fences and the app control, but at a lower upfront price. And of course, that's where the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 fits. So it's not just about which collar has the most features, it's about which of these collars matches the way your dog actually, lives. So with all of that being said, let's quickly place each of these products before we go into the real world scenarios so that you can know what role each one of them plays. Now the Halo Collar 5 is a GPS dog fence, a GPS dog tracker, a training collar, and activity monitoring system all in one. Focuses on precision plus GPS, always on tracking, 20 location updates per second, built-in training, portable fences, and the Halo Health Activity Insights. It fits dogs over 10 pounds over 5 months old with neck sizes from 8 to 30.5 inches. And Halo also stores saved fences directly on the collar, so those fences can work without having to depend on Wi-Fi or cell coverage. Now, the SpotOn Nova is the premium option for the more advanced property control. Using True Location GPS, a 151 satellite network, dual band GPS hardware, a dual feed antenna, keep out zones, overlapping fences, a fence within a fence setup, forest mode, off-grid mode, and of course the optional tracking features, and its one size collar best fits dogs with neck sizes from 10 to 26 inches with a strap extender that's available if the extra length is necessary. Now the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is the lower upfront cost GPS fence. It has real-time tracking, it uses dual frequency GPS, AccuGuard technology, real-time motion detection. It has AI support, up to 50 wireless fences, and a smaller rechargeable waterproof collar that fits dogs over 10 pounds with neck sizes starting at 8 inches. And PetSafe says that it fits the average neck size of 98% of recognized dog breeds, with individual fit varying. So, quick summary is simple. Halo Collar 5 is the best all-around smart dog collar. The SpotOn Nova is the best for the advanced boundary control, and the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is the lower upfront cost GPS tracking fence. Now at this point, a lot of owners out there tend to make the wrong choice. They ask which wireless dog fence is the best, but the better question is which one fits my dog, my yard, and my daily routine. Now, a calm family dog in a suburban yard does not need the same system as a hunting dog on wooded land. And of course, a farm dog needs a very different boundary control than a dog that just mostly chills at or near the house. Now, an escape-prone dog needs more than just a basic fence line on an app. And the reason is because you're not just buying the technology, you are also buying peace of mind. So instead of just comparing the specs, we are also going to look at what happens in real life situations because this is generally where the differences become much more clear. Now, most dog owners have probably experienced this at one time or another. It's the moment that matters the most. The gate opens, the dog sees something move, maybe it's a squirrel, and suddenly the fence has to react fast. Now, the Halo Collar 5 is strongest here because of Precision Plus GPS, the dual frequency GPS, ground station corrections, drift prevention, proprietary AI obstacle filtering, and 20 location updates per second. And Halo says that this helps deliver accuracy to within about 2 feet of the dog's actual location. Now, that does not mean every situation is perfect, but it gives Halo probably the strongest real time response story in this comparison. Now, the SpotOn Nova is also very strong. It uses true location GPS, a 151 satellite network, dual band GPS hardware, a dual feed antenna, and AI based position calculation. And according to SpotOn, this system reads the dog's position, their speed, their direction, and acceleration to calculate their true position with claimed accuracy under 5 feet, plus an off grid mode for those remote areas where owners may not have reliable internet or cell connection coverage. And then there's the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0. Now, this one has L1 and L5 signals plus AccuGuard technology, and this combines GPS data, AI driven motion detection, and real time dog movement awareness. So, here is the tension in the final test. Halo Collar 5 is strongest for fast everyday response. The SpotOn Nova is excellent for wooded areas, and the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is useful, but it's definitely more dependent on good signal conditions and the fit of the property. The setup is where people often realize whether they bought the right system because if the fence creation really feels confusing, you're definitely less likely to adjust or expand it later. Now, the Halo Collar 5 makes that fence creation process simple. Owners can create fences in the Halo app by entering their home address, zooming on the map, placing the fence post, and then saving the boundary. And then, of course, they can edit if they want to, pause, and enable fences whenever it's necessary. Halo supports fence sizes from 900 square feet to 1,200 square miles. And that really makes it useful for small yards to very large properties, rural spaces, travel, and camping. SpotOn Nova gives more advanced setup controls. The owners can draw the fence in the app or they can go outside and walk the perimeter for better precision. And it also works on properties around 1/3 of an acre and larger with fences in any shape, size, form, whatever. Makes it useful for farms, cabins, odd shaped land, large properties. Now, with SpotOn Nova, owners should still plan for GPS drift. Keep a safe buffer from roads and make sure the fence is definitely wide enough for the dog to move around comfortably. However, it also supports unlimited fences, overlapping fences, fence within a fence setups, and of course the keep out zones. Now, the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 uses the My PetSafe app, and it's where owners drop virtual fence posts on a smartphone map, and it can go ahead and store up to 50 wireless fences for home, travel, and new locations. But it needs 2.4 gigahertz Wi Fi for setup and updates. Now, the collar can maintain a virtual fence using stored GPS data without cell service. However, live tracking and the notifications definitely have to have a connection. So, if you want simple and flexible, Halo is easier for most homeowners or dog owners. And if you want maximum boundary control, the SpotOn Nova definitely gives you more tools. And if you prefer a guided, lower cost setup, then the PetSafe keeps things very practical for you. Now we arrive at the part that really sounds boring on paper, but it definitely matters every single day, and that's battery life. The alerts, app control, daily usability. Halo Collar 5 gives up to 48 hours of battery life, and it charges in about an hour. And it also includes dedicated Wi-Fi. You got your Bluetooth chips in there, always on tracking, instant alerts, and the daily activity reports that are inside the Halo app. Now, Halo Health Activity Monitoring tracks walks, active time, resting behavior, and movement patterns of your dog, which makes it very useful for high energy dogs because owners can kind of understand both their location and their routine, not just whether the dog is inside the fence or not. Now, SpotOn Nova offers 33 plus hours of runtime with tracking, and extended battery life mode can also help increase that runtime. Now, its optional tracking plan unlocks real time tracking, escape alerts, get your battery notifications, your manual feedback, activity maps, activity tracking, and custom voice commands. Now, onto the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0, it has the longest listed battery life up to 70 hours on a rechargeable waterproof collar, and it offers real-time tracking through the My PetSafe app. However, each collar needs its own subscription plan, and live tracking or notifications simply will not work without a connection. Here's the decision tension in daily use. PetSafe definitely wins on listed battery life. SpotOn Nova wins for the deeper property tools, and the Halo Collar 5 wins for the all-around daily use balance simply because it combines the tracking and the alerts, activity insights, training, fast charging, and app control in a single system. So this next test is where the wireless dog fences can really struggle, and that's bad conditions. You got to think about things like trees, metal structures, weak signal areas, remote land, bad weather, and a dog running around a very large property, because all of that makes accurate GPS work harder. Halo Collar 5 performs well across city and neighborhood, rural, and travel use, and saved fences are stored directly on the collar, like I mentioned earlier, so they can be used without necessarily depending on Wi-Fi or cell coverage. And that is very important, especially if your signal drops or you happen to be traveling. It also has an IP67 waterproof rating, and it has gone through submersion, through swim, and saltwater testing as well. Now, SpotOn Nova is especially strong for its rural and its complex properties. It's built for large land, remote areas, wooded properties with heavy tree coverage, farms, and places that just have limited internet access. And it includes forest mode and the off-grid mode, which definitely makes it a strong fit for rural owners, hunting dogs, and working dogs. Now, SpotOn Nova is also IP67 waterproof, and it's designed for rain, snow, swimming, and year-round, just general outdoor use from minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit to over 120 degrees. Now, the Guardian GPS 2.0 is better for open properties that don't have that dense tree coverage. It is designed for properties 1/2 acre and larger, but PetSafe recommends the other fence systems for smaller yards or dense tree coverage. So, in very tough environments, the SpotOn Nova has the rural edge. Halo Collar 5 is definitely the stronger all-around performer as usual, and the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is better for open yards, not for difficult terrain. Now, obviously, a GPS fence is not a physical wall as much as we might wish it. So in this next test, you have to remember that the collar is only part of the entire system. The dog still has to understand the boundary. Now, the Halo Collar 5 definitely has the widest training tool set, and it includes sound cues, it comes with voice commands, it's got vibration, optional static feedback, even has whistle recalling, good dog or go home, and automatic comeback guidance, which is pretty cool. It's got static feedback, which is optional, with Halo describing it as a tap on the shoulder style cue instead of a harsh shock. Now, the important part is that the Halo is designed to guide your dog back, not just stop them right at the line, and that can really reduce stress for both the dog and the owner. Now, SpotOn Nova uses a warning tone that starts about 10 feet inside the fence, followed by optional static correction right at the boundary if the dog makes it that far, and it also includes a do-it-yourself training program developed by certified trainers. It says many owners train about 15 minutes per day, and others free one-on-one and offers free one-on-one virtual dog training sessions. It also features manual feedback with a tracking plan, but it is not positioned as a traditional remote trainer collar. Now, the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 includes 3 correction modes. You've got the tone, the vibration, and 10 levels of static correction. And it also comes with a training guide and contact points for the short and long-haired dog varieties. But PetSafe does not position it as a manual remote trainer. It is primarily a fencing and tracking collar. So, if training guidance matters the most to you, then the Halo Collar 5 has the broadest cue system. Now, if you want personal training support, SpotOn Nova really stands out in that area. And if you want a just simpler traditional correction setup, then the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is going to keep everything pretty straightforward for you. And we get this next question a lot. For multi-dog homes, all 3 systems need 1 collar per dog, but the way they handle multiple dogs in the app is slightly different. With the Halo Collar 5, all dogs can be managed through a single Halo account, and each collar can use the created Halo fences. And Halo also offers savings whenever you buy 2 collars, with the additional collars also added to the pack membership at a lower monthly rate. With the SpotOn Nova, the fences can be shared between multiple collars, and multiple collars can be managed in the same app. But if tracking is used, each collar definitely needs its own optional cell subscription. And SpotOn also offers multi-collar savings, including savings on the additional collars. Now, with the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0, Each dog needs its own collar and subscription plan as well, but the My PetSafe app can manage multiple dogs in one account despite the budget choice. So you still have a single place to see all of your pets. Now, here is the cleaner way to think about this whole thing as far as which one is best for you. You want to choose the Halo Collar 5 if you prefer the best all around smart dog collar because it's definitely the best for owners who want accurate GPS fencing, who want tracking and training, activity monitoring, portable fences, fast charging, waterproofing, and app control all in a single system. Go with a SpotOn Nova if your biggest overall concern is the advanced boundary control. It's definitely the better fit for farms, wooded land, large properties, and keep out zones, or if you want the overlapping fences, fence within a fence setups, hunting dogs, working dogs, and escape prone dogs. You're going to choose the PetSafe Guardian 2.0 if you prefer the lower upfront cost budget option that still has real time tracking, best for open properties a half acre and larger, and owners who want up to 50 wireless fences, and people who want a smaller rechargeable waterproof collar that has tracking. So the ranking still stands. However, the reason matters. Halo Color 5 is the best overall. SpotOn Nova is best for the premium boundary control. And the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is best for lower upfront cost tracking and containment purposes. Now let's talk about everybody's favorite, price and trade-offs. So you can line this up with your budget and your overall expectations. Halo Collar 5 is listed at $524, down from $599. With our special link, you get extra $25 off, which makes it $499. It has a 90-day satisfaction guarantee and a 1-year warranty. A pack membership plan is definitely required, and it starts at $9.99 per month. Spot on Nova costs $999 with 924 code EXCITED. Containment works without a subscription. However, tracking features like the escape alerts and the manual feedback and the activity maps, activity tracking, and the custom voice commands will definitely need that optional tracking plan. It also includes free US shipping, 90-day returns, and a 1-year warranty, financing options as well, and multi-collar savings, with the trade-off being that the higher price and the careful fence planning come together. Now, the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 costs $449.99 or around $389.99 with code WAF60. Includes a 45-day satisfaction guarantee, but it does require a subscription starting at $9.99 a month after the free trial or $99 annually. It also needs 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which is less ideal for dense trees, smaller yards, complex properties. So the simple trade-off is this. The Halo Collar 5 gives the best all-around value, but it requires a membership. Now, SpotOn Nova gives that premium control, but it costs more. And the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 has the lowest upfront price, but it still requires a subscription. And don't forget, you can use that SpotOn without using a subscription as long as you don't need the tracking. Just want it for containment purposes, then it's a good option. Now, that was a lot of information. With all of that behind us, here's the final answer. Halo Collar 5 is our best overall pick for GPS accuracy, tracking, training, the activity monitoring, portability, waterproofing, battery life, and app control. And you can use our special link in the description box below to get an extra $25 off. SpotOn Nova is the stronger fit for farms, wooded land, places with keep out zones, overlapping fences, and premium boundary control. And you can enter EXCITED at checkout to claim your $75 discount. And the PetSafe Guardian GPS 2.0 is the lower upfront cost option with real-time tracking, but it does require a subscription and it works best in simpler open yards. And you can save $60 on orders over 300 with code WAF60. So which one would you choose for your dog? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. We appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you in the next one.